Green Cooling scores with the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League Show.
Well, hello, good afternoon and welcome. We're here at Ruskin Drive this afternoon, Division Two of the National Conference League, as it's Pilkington Rex with the small matter of a local derby up against the nearest and dearest from Clockface Miners. My name's Dave Parkinson, delighted to be alongside Steve Beach. And Steve, tell you what, it's going to be a cracker this, isn't it?
It certainly is. They both battled to a 16-all draw at Crawford Street Big. I think it was in June, 14th of June, I think it was, and that was a tough match. I don't expect anything different at all here today. It's a busy afternoon here at Ruskin Park, but this is going to be a good one.
It should be a good one. We'll be back with the teams, but before we get going, we have a show every single Wednesday. We talk about the fixtures, we talk about where we think things are going to happen, and this is the excerpt from our latest show.
Yeah, and it's time to look ahead to another massive weekend of action across all four divisions of the National Conference League as we head into round 19 in the Premier Division, Division 1 and Division 2, and round 16 for Division 3. And as always, plenty of talking points from following last week's drama.
Yeah, we've got tons, and feel free to chip in, guys, for these as well. So we've got the Premier Division fixtures this week. Dewsbury Moor Maroons up against Loch Lane. Lee Miners Rangers at home against Rochdale Mayfield. Fatto Heath Crusaders against Waterhead, which is a pick of the round at this league, to be fair. Siddle against York Acorn. West Bowling against Hunslet, and West Hull up against Wathbrow Hornets. So the talking points that I've got as the notes are: Siddle flying high, 15 wins from 18. York Acorn, there won't be any pushovers, but they've been really inconsistent. A home win could edge Siddle closer towards securing that league leaders' shield. What do you reckon?
Well, Siddle are probably the team in form, aren't they, in the Premier Division? It's how they're furthering the playoffs at the end of the year, isn't it? We were talking about Hunslet coming back in the running again. And we seen last year that Siddle had a good year, but then when it came to the final, it was of different gravy at the end of the day. For me, if we wasn't covering your match against Pilks, we'd certainly be doing Tatterweath against Waterhead Warriors, because that, for me, you're talking Waterhead who are doing absolutely brilliant for moving up into that division. Tatterweath Crusaders at home, as I was saying before, totally different team. I'm not going to give Waterhead Warriors any sort of room to pin things up on the door and say we're going to win this, but you're going to have a tough match. Could go either way, but it's going to be a tough match.
You know what? I'm going Waterhead with this one. Yeah. I'm wanting a bit of positive publicity once from Jeff. In the other games, Lee Miners Rangers, we know that they've gone, we know that they've been relegated. They face a dangerous Rochdale Mayfield side. Tyrone Chip chasing form. I had to get that name in again, didn't I? And they'll be eager to bounce back after recent stumbles, won't they?
Yeah, the West Bowling Hunslet game will be a good one as well, as we're saying. West Bowling just sort of wobbling at the moment. Hunslet are coming up on the rails, as it were. So that will be an interesting game.
I think the Loch Lane game against Dewsbury Moor as well there's going to be a lot of jeopardy there for Loch Lane. To go, is it at Loch Lane? Sorry,
no, it's at Dewsbury Moor.
So to go to Dewsbury Moor won't be an easy task for them to get any kind of result. So obviously, but the jeopardy of it, if they can get the 2 points, it'll just get them a little bit closer to staving off that relegation.
That's right,
they're currently 4 points behind York Acorn.
Right.
So they definitely need.
It'd be interesting if they've got to play each other before the end of the season.
I'm not sure, but we'll look out for that one. That's a potential for jumping over the Pennines, isn't it? To be fair, but I'll
have to get a map off Willie. Find out we get to Yorkshire.
Moving into Division 1, Egremont Rangers at home to Oldham St Anne's. That's got a real interesting story attached to it, hasn't it? Because you've got Oldham St Anne's, who've been in some really good form. Egremont tend to be much better at home. So again, really interesting tie there. Heworth against Kettle sounds a tasty one as well, but I don't know, I just fancy Heworth a bit more.
Yeah, I think they're, as we were saying before, I think they're one of the teams really in form in that division at the moment.
Alton Raiders at home against Crossfields. You said about the two of those bottom clubs coming up against each other, and that's got to be a crucial one, isn't it?
Yeah, so obviously I work with Rob, who's the Crossfields coach, and we discussed things like that, and it's an important week for him, isn't it? You know, for his squad. You can only control the controllables, so for him to go there and compete in the game and do whatever they can is a big week for him, you know. So, but it will be now up until the end of the season. Every week's going to be a big week for him.
I fancy Crossfields there, actually. I do, because I know they got defeated last week, but it wasn't by many, and they're still on a good roll. I do fancy my Alton Raiders.
There's also what looks like it'll be a fascinating game over at Stanley, up against Wigan St Jude's. St Jude's now have a 13-game unbeaten streak. I mean, they've really found their form, haven't they? That's some team. Yeah. I mean, what they've done in bouncing up from Division 2 into Division 1, and now sort of getting a couple of points ahead of the rest of the teams in that division. I mean, it's unbelievable what they've done, and fair play to them, you know, because I remember having a chat with Connor Parkinson when he got picked to go on the tour last year, and I said to him, you know, you've repped, you know, St Jude's for as long as you have. I said, I bet you're thrilled. I said, I bet you're thrilled as a Division 2 player to be, you know, picked for this. And he said, I've never played anywhere else. I've never had the opportunity to play anywhere else, you know. So he spent 10 years in Division 2. So that's how long Wigan St Jude's have been away from the top table, if you like, of the amateur game. And they just seem to be climbing and climbing. I'm thrilled for them, to be honest, because I know, again, how much work that they have done to, you know, bring those younger players through, and it's, you know, it's so encouraging when you're seeing like this story being repeated elsewhere, because you know that then the work that Wigan St Jude's are doing is setting them up for the next 10 years.
That's right.
You know the work that you're doing here is setting the club up for the next 10 years. You know, you can look at you know, Siddle,
absolutely,
and they've got younger players that are coming through, which is again setting them up for the next 10 years.
So I remember I went to Russia in 1995 with quite a few members of the St Jude's club at the time. Ken Owen, he's a big friend of mine. He's actually a clot-faced lad originally.
Is he? Doesn't mention that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a clot-faced lad originally. Met a young lady from over in Wigan and settled down over there. But St Jude's became his club, and so. Going back then, they had the likes of Paul Ellery-Kinsey and Martin Cunningham and all them, that crop of talent that was coming through at the time, and it seems to me that they're going through another peak of thing coming through now, you know, so absolutely all power to them, and yeah.
But saying that, Stanley are not going to be a pushover. We saw them. We saw this game, didn't we, at St Jude's, and it was a really good game. And they've Stanley had another one, a bit like Ewith, you know, been going under the radar. Although Ewith have popped their head up a bit much of late. But I think St Jude's will win, but I don't think it'll be surprised if it's a big score.
This next one's a really interesting one, because you've got Wigan St Pat's in 7th hosting 5th place Shawcross Sharks. That's a fascinating battle if ever there was one as well, and only a couple of points between them in the league.
I think with Danny riding his back, Wigan St Pat's will give themselves a good showing there, and possibly could get a win that one.
And like we were talking about with Crossfields, Wolston need to get a win, but they've got to do it at home against Ince Rosebridge, although their form's been a little bit patchy over recent weeks, hasn't it?
For me, I still think Ince Rosebridge will come away winners in that one.
Moving into Division 2, Barrow Island against Hensingham. It's a Cumbrian derby. Now, I say a Cumbrian derby, there's still about 40 miles between them, you know, but that's close as far as Cumbrian teams is concerned, isn't it? And again, that's going to be a fascinating one, because you've got Barrow Island with all their experienced heads and Hensingham with their much younger side. Again, for me it's an interesting clash between the two. You've got Driglington at home to Skirler, East Leeds at home to Hull Dockers, Ellenborough Rangers at home to Normanton Knights. The small matter of the game that will be at the weekend, so that's the Pilkington Rex up against Clockface Miners, St Helens Derby, and you've got Thornhill Trojans up against Dewsbury Celtic in a Dewsbury Derby.
Some good games there. I've got to say, I wouldn't want to put any money on the score between East Leeds and Old Dockers, because if East Leeds hit the straps again, that could be another big one. And we were on about beginning of the season now they were putting 70 pointers regular back to back. That could be another one.
It's a monster game, that one, otherwise today. We can't not mention it. Steve, I left it open for you. Open goal. You've gone and hit the corner flag there, mate.
All I can say is, if this game is any as good as the game that when we were here, which was a draw, and wasn't that the day when it was absolutely blistering sun as well?
I'm not sure.
I know it's because I can remember.
I think you're right. Yeah,
there was no quarter given from both sides. It was absolutely really right in there.
See, I mustn't have been here for that one, because otherwise I'd be able to tell you, because my nose usually gets, anytime there's any sun, my nose usually gets it first of all. So if it's a blistering day, my nose would be glowing bright red. And no comments about Coco the Clown.
What I can remember from that day was Lee coming into the mobile studio with complete with drink.
He had the right idea.
But
and then you had to put up with me just interviewing on the benches. I didn't have a mobile studio.
Mate, no, listen,
you had to slum it with
me. To be honest, that one's too close to call, because it's a derby at the end of the day. I mean, even if one was top and one was bottom, it would still be too close to call, because that's exactly how they are. How they are.
Right, Division 3 then. Bentley against Lee East. Ooh, can Lee East go to South Yorkshire and come away with something? Beverley are at home to Millom, one of the form sides at the minute. Keighley Albion at home to Dissington, so they'll be hoping to get the promotion push back on track. Myton against Milford has an interesting ring to it. And then you've got Saddleworth Rangers, obviously fizzing after the last result, up against Featherstone Lions.
Well, at the top of the table there, you've got Bentley, Keighley and Saddleworth. They're all locked in on 20 and 18 points respectively. Bentley hosting form Lee East, so that should be interesting. And Keighley face a dangerous but inconsistent Dissington, so that's wide open.
Tell you what, it's shaping up to be another pivotal round right across the board. Who's going to keep their title tilt alive? Who's stepping closer to relegation? Can anyone derail East Leeds' perfect season? Will I get hate mail sent to me for what I've just said about them before? We'll find out this time next week, and we'll have all the fallout. We'll obviously be speaking to Lee and to Pilks about the game, and we'll have all the reactions. So that was our thoughts. So we thought things would go. Now, there is one game that isn't on the calendar, and that is the East Leeds up against Hull Dockers. Hull Dockers have sent a message through to East Leeds saying that they have now pulled out of the league. So there could be further repercussions, and we don't know. There's due to be a NCL meeting in the next couple of weeks, which they're discussing a couple of things on. So I think that might just be added to the agenda. Anyway, back on today's game, we have got this exciting St Helens Derby in front of us.
He just throws a bombshell in there. he can't just drop that on us like that, can
Listen, well, all I saw was just a little post on Facebook saying, don't bother coming down. There's no game.
Wow.
Hull Dockers have pulled out of the league.
Nothing major then, Parky.
Nothing major. But anyway, let's run through these two sides, starting first of all with the host Pilks in what I must say is a snazzy white-black with little colour flashes on the shirts, and it's Ben O'Connell at fullback, Tyrese Daly, Ian Mather, Andy Napper and Callum Derrick in the back line. Halfbacks Kieran Napper and Tom Connick. In the front row it's Jonathan Key, Scott Simmons, Jamie Smith, and a back row that features Ryan Lockett, George Hannon and Warren Palladino. On the bench it's Toppin, Martin, O'Donnell, and Harry Coleman. And then for clock face, it's Ben Daniels wearing the fullback jumper. It's a back line of Conor McCartan, Alex Burke, Brandon Lewis and Danny Tabern. Halfbacks are Jack Highcock and Lewis Geraghty. In the front row it's Harry Coxhill, Oscar Hardman and Harrison Rigby. A back row that features Tom Taylor, Jordan Eccleston and Jack Graham, and a bench that will feature Josh Morgan, Dan Frost and Ethan Chadwick. So they're a man short. So Pilks have come out onto the field first of all. Our referee, by the way, for today's game is Rhys Schofield, and the other voice that you heard in the background was none other than A.D. O'Sullivan. How you doing, mate?
I'm fine, thank you, Dave. Stephen.
Yeah.
Nice to be with you again, gentlemen. It's
been a while.
It has indeed, yeah. As always, great work you two are doing. Really impressive. Some mileage, more mileage than Star Wars there, Parky.
Well, you know, I mean, we are here at the big bowling event as well, which has been going on, and they have had members of the Empire there.
Well,
I got stopped by a stormtrooper.
Did you see?
I felt like I was involved in the Community Alliance again.
Did you see Daft Vader? Oh, sorry. Daft Vader.
Steve. Nice to be with you again, though, boys. Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you with us. So we'll be coming to you for certain comments, I think. Or if you spot something, just jump in.
No
That's
problem.
the usual thing, isn't it? I've been after Steve doing this for 2 years.
Yeah, totally unbiased opinions on a Pilks game. I'm here for it, matey.
Well, if Sky can get away with putting ex-Wigan players on Wigan games, you know, I'm sure.
Well, this is my domestic issue as well, with my good lady being clock-faced through and through.
That's right,
you know,
yeah.
So one of us is at shed tonight.
So our referee is Rhys Schofield. Both sides have now taken their place on the field, and it's going to be clock face to kick off and kick to Pilks Rex at the start of this game. Steve is standing by. Stopwatch.
That's his cue. Just looking for a ball.
I was going to say, all we needed a ball, lad, wasn't it?
Well, we were all organised up until that point.
Hey, it's not us letting the show down, is it?
Gotta say, there's everything going on today. There was some lads playing tennis at the back here. There's a football game on. There's cricket on. They're playing bowls, and there's a big fur on in front of the pavilion.
I wonder why he got excited when somebody was shouting love, love, love.
Yeah, that's what I mean here.
Don't flatter yourself, Peachy.
I don't think anybody brought a ball.
No.
I do know there's definitely one around, unless it's been popped by the ground staff, because it hit one of the security lights over in the corner, and ended up with that shattering into like a million pieces on the floor. So,
a bit of excitement. There we go. Here's a man with a big ball bag, big bag of balls.
And one has finally reached the middle of the field.
Excellent. Let's have some rugby league on.
We are just seconds away from the start of this game. Lewis Geraghty is the man tasked with getting us underway right at the start of this game. Gotta say, couldn't be much closer between these two sides earlier on in the season. 16-all, was it, Steve?
It was, yeah. It was a Titanic match. It was an absolute bruiser.
So away we go, and it's clock face that kicked off to Pilks Rex, who runs straight onto the ball, and caught just behind his own 20-metre line is Jamie Smith, and immediately he's got 3 players surrounding him, and they push him back closer to his 10, which is where he plays it to Simmons. Simmons passes to his right hand side. Again, the defence is pretty stern in this opening stages as far as clock face is concerned. Just 20 metres away from their own line at the moment. Key's taking in the next run in, but even he finds the going difficult, and he normally chalks off 10 metres with every carry. So Simmons passes to his left hand side, picks up Palladino made it as far as the 30. He'll play it in centre ground to Simmons, who passes off to the right. Kick comes in to complete the set. I'm guessing that was Kieran Napper who kicked it, who is wearing the number 17 jersey and not the number 6 that we were given. This is the sort of thing that we've got to contend with here at Community Rugby League.
I think we should fine them if they put the wrong numbers on.
So Clockface in possession for the first time in this game, and they've just crossed their own 30-metre line. Ben Daniels to play it, then one pass off the ruck to the right, and they'll continue coming through the middle. Big charge coming in there from Harrison Rigby. Rigby will stand and play. Off to the right from Hardman. Picks up the running of Jack Graham. Graham again short steps, only able to make a couple of metres. The defence was pretty solid, and at the moment it's trapping clock inside their own half the field. There's the big figure of Harrison Rigby, gets an offload going. Hardman then slipped it out, and forward did come again at the moment, and I've got a number 19, and I didn't have a number 19 on the team sheet, so already Clock sailing their way forward down that left hand side. Geraghty handing on down that left hand side. He's worked his way out, and have they managed to get the ball down? I think Danny Tabern has managed to get the ball down in at the corner. It's a great start for Clock. So we may have some confusion about the numbers on the backs, but there's no doubt in the scoreboard. It's 4-0 in favour of Clock, and some really good ball movement there.
It was some good movement, a couple of drives, and then worked it out to the left hand side, bit of pace, and gone in on that left hand corner.
I think the offload from number 19, as we've now got, I think that offload in the tackle was superb. Took 2 men in, spun in the tackle, got the ball out, fired it left, and down they went.
It's me, I can't read my own handwriting. That was Harry Coxill who got the ball away in the middle of the field. Yes, Harry Coxill, yes.
Chase Parky,
we'll catch up eventually.
As for the shirt numbers, I think it's all to do with how much money you've got to buy numbers and then who does the washing each week. Like you say, community rugby, we love it.
Man, if we're to believe the rumours, I believe that Salford Red Devils have their kit locked in a kit room somewhere that they can't access.
Oh, well, if one of the subs for either team comes on in red, we know where it's gone.
I don't know. It's all happening, isn't it? So do you think next week it'll be Old Dockers against Salford Red Devils?
I reckon that's where Salford have gone to try and get the players from.
Possibly.
Them and Brad Dwyer and a couple of young Saints lads. So the conversion attempt goes up in the air but doesn't get much closer to the post, so scoreline remains 4-0 in favour of Clockface.
Well, that shows how strong that wind is, doesn't he?
Yeah,
it's always windy here.
That's a hell of it. I mean, he's given our third old hoof and it's only got to the 20.
In fact, I'm going to take this up with you two, because every time I come to St Helens, don't matter where I go, there's always a perennial breeze.
Yeah.
It's like it should be twinned with Chicago.
Sorry, not Tatooine have got that, you know.
Have you not noticed all the trees grow in one direction? Well, I don't mean the boy band.
Yeah.
So Napper on the halfway line to get us back underway. Sends the ball high and long. Caught just 10 metres out from his own line there by Brandon Lewis, who starts the counter attack and gets out to the 20 before he's hauled down. Infield it's moved. And they'll start this attack from deep inside their own half. But that's great
good
defence.
Good
great
drive.
defence. 3 players stuck into the challenge there for Pilks Rex. And again, hard fought metres coming up for Harry Coxill, just over that 20 metre mark. But they've spent 3 tackles around that area now. Now they'll try and make a couple more metres. That's Harrison Rigby. He offloads. It's picked up by Daniels. Daniels brushes away from 2. He was playing centre the other week, wasn't he?
That's right,
from the last game that we did of Clockface.
Against Thornhill.
So showing a bit of versatility playing fullback today. And again, it's a great run forward that from Coxill, and they've managed to manufacture a little bit of territory here. They got over the halfway line. Last tackle signalled. Great defence, I was going to say, but they've launched a counter attack down the left hand side, and they're away again. Infield it comes, and Lewis Geraghty eventually caught just 10 metres out from the line, but that was enterprising stuff, I should say.
Unlucky Clockface there. That was a great move. The Coxill, the lad Coxill, he's destructive. Yeah, he's bossing these first 5-10 minutes here, isn't he?
I mean, they had no right, because I mean, to be fair, Pilks did really, really well in that set for about half of it and kept them all around that 20 metre line, but then it was like a couple of decent hit-ups, wasn't it, from the big prop forwards, and they've ended up on the 10 metre mark in the other half of the field, haven't they? So Pilks back in possession. Simmons handing in field. Oh, that ball went loose. Referee has spotted a knock on there. Wow, if you could mention anything that's not going quite right at the start of this game for Pilks, it's happening for him, isn't it?
Yeah, got to say there, I mean, from that move earlier on, I mean, Luton's though they were really going to be tied down in their own half-pot face, and certainly as it came to the end of the set, Geraghty looked as though he was going to be tackled, managed to sidestep out of the way. Obviously the player got tackled down this end, but as they defended that well and come up with the ball and scrum down, head and feet to clock.
So it's going to be Geraghty to feed this scrum. Hardman is at the base. He's wearing the number 17 jumper of clock, and he disengages and goes down the left. The pass came in for Brandon Lewis. He's like a little cartoon character. His legs going 10 to the dozen and not too much forward.
They're threatening a lot on the left clock face, don't they?
Yeah, defence moved in. So very, very slow play the ball. Hardman finds Coxhill. It's a good charge. Taylor's in the middle of this field. Ball go to Geraghty, and Taylor gets his hands on it. Slips it out wide. Here's Daniels handing the ball on. Oh, had he got the support? Yes, this is a great defence. A forceful bit of defence near the touchline. Forces them out of play. Clock face being well marshalled there, to be fair, in defence.
Yeah, because they moved the ball across really swiftly there. Felt the ball should have gone to the wing a little bit earlier.
I agree, Steve. They had the space and they had an extra man there. But like Parky said, fair play for the defence.
Yeah, great sliding defence there from Pilks.
I think it was Andy Napper who was, crucial to that, because he called for a couple of extra people to come in and push across, didn't he, as well?
And he's using his experience, Parky, as we like to say. Won't call him old, but
So Key on the edge of the 20-metre line. It's another very, very slow play of the ball. Here's Jamie Smith, been doing this for years for this club. A real warrior, player coach. Thought he was packing in a couple of years ago, but here he is, still out there on the field and he keeps doing the job.
He keeps trying, Parky, but every pre-season we buy him a pair of boots so that he feels obliged.
Pilks just gradually getting forward. Palladino plays the ball. He's back with Key pushing forward once again. 35 metres out from his own line. They've run through their allotted set of 6 though, so this is a really good containment set as far as clock face are concerned. Forces Napper to kick from deep. I tell you what, he's got some swirl on that kick. Bounced and eventually went up in favour of Conor McCartan. It's Danny Tabben. Tabben all held. Just pushed behind his own 30-metre line. Now the run comes in from Alex Burke. Again, he's not making too much distance forward. Much of this game being played between the two 20-metre lines at the moment. Clock still in possession. About 5 metres shy of the halfway. Comes in field. That's another top run coming in from Coxhill.
Finding easy metres at the moment, Clock, I must admit.
I think he is in particular. He's having a monster first opening to this game as Taylor drives in. They're on the edge of the 30-metre line as the tackle count has reached the 6, and it's off to the left-hand side where the kick will come in from Lewis Geraghty, which is a high one, a hanging one. It's caught the breeze. It bounces. In fact, it's going out on the full, so it's probably not one that'll live long in his memory.
I'll be honest there, Parky. I'm thinking, you say about between the 20s. To be honest, Clock haven't really let Pilks into their half. It's almost from Clock's 40 to Pilks 20.
You're right, Ed.
I think Clockface have absolutely got a grip on this at the minute.
Still 4-0 in favour of Clock. Simmons picks up the run in there. Is that Tyrese Daly? Plays the ball just outside his own 30-metre line. Now Jamie Smith makes a couple more metres. Hard fought there. Plays the ball. Off to the left it comes through the arms of Napper. Into the arms of George Hannon. He's won a penalty. He's such a tall man, he's Hannon. He must win more than his fair share of penalties, because you've always got that tendency to go high on a bigger man, haven't you?
I think as well, with him having the height and a step, that's the imperfect ingredients to draw a high tackle, isn't it?
Very much.
So, the ball's been kicked into touch. And Pilks in possession and driving beyond that 30-metre line. Key onto Palladino. Felt the full force of that challenge coming in from Oscar Hardman. Simmons, options to his right. It's a tricky run, that one. Good handoff as well from Lockett. Back playing for Pilks after a stint playing reserve team rugby league last season. Off to the left it goes with Napper. Oh, nice hands Big charge from Andy Napper as well, 12 metres out from the try line. Derek moves into dummy half. Napper's called for it in field, hands it on to Palladino. Palladino crashing his way through a couple of challenges. He's about 10 metres out from the line. Simmons to the left. Oh, they worked it perfectly.
Yeah, nice
that
play.
was a brilliant ball. And heading in was Andy Napper, superbly disguised on this left-hand side. And when it came, it was clinical.
It certainly was. I mean, they started to move this ball to the side and getting some more joy than what they have been doing. But got to say, you know, it's one of those things where they're working their way back into it, and let's see how we can sort the kick out with this win.
It was structured, Steve, wasn't it? It was a structured build-up. And some lovely play, and the Napper boys, the Napper brothers, rolling back the years. Let's see if Kieran can roll back the years here, because this is a lottery in this win.
It is, isn't it?
It definitely is, yeah.
I mean, he's as well aimed for the corner flag here.
Because it's not at ground level, it's not doesn't feel too bad, but as it gets a little bit higher, I think it's you've got a little bit more around it.
I'm looking at the top of the post.
Yes,
the
exactly.
top of the post, giving it
Wobbling
bifters,
away,
aren't they?
yeah.
We're coming to you live from the top of the grassy knoll here at Pilks.
Trolls on the hole.
So Kieran Napper giving it the old Mark Sneeds, turning his back on it. Can he put Pilks in front? He's giving chances. That's a super kick. What a kick.
As always, Parky, as we say time and time again, the guys who kick the ball slow and metronomically? Yeah. Always have more effect. You're smiling there, Parky. You've got a smirk on your face again.
I have, because I'm thinking, have you brought the Scrabble board? Where is it? Metronomically?
Yeah.
What a
You
word.
were the one that was talking about perennial wins earlier on. What you start?
What a word for a Saturday afternoon.
Anyways, Pilks have gone
Mine are all cliched.
6 points to 4 in front. Clock face to kick off.
Almost 14 minutes of the first half gone. That's held in the breeze as well. Whoa, that was a difficult one. And he's caught it behind his back and he's whacked it back. Referee's waving play on. Simmons picking it up.
He did well there to actually not let it hit the floor.
So Simmons working dummy half. One pass to the right. He did ever so well. That was an amazing bit
He
of
went
juggling.
everywhere.
Fred Carnell Circus will be in touch with him soon. And then Pilks have the penalty, holding down the decision.
Yeah, Clotface are very good at controlling the rock, but obviously a little bit too long there, lying on.
So Napper finds, I was going to say a simple touch, but I suppose there's nothing simple in this sort of breeze, to be fair. Up as far as the halfway line's concerned. Simmons taps, rolls it back to Lockett, who crashes his way forward towards the 40 and teases a further penalty out of the referee. Head high shot. So it's dabbed into touch by Tom Connick. Now we're starting to see Pilks with a little bit more possession, a little bit more position on the field. Big charge comes in from Ian Mather. Gets just inside that 20 metre line, about 5-10 metres in from the touch line. Smith onto Palladino. Palladino heading the ball to this left hand side again. Lovely step coming in from Hannon, and a step again, and he's charging for the line, and no one's going to stop him.
Lovely try.
That's a destructive charge from Hannon. He was legs, he was all arms, he was all footwork, and he got over from 15 metres.
When you've got somebody that size that can sidestep off both feet like that, just puts everybody in disarray.
What I will say there, when you look at Kieran Napper, who's obviously played for donkey's years, but when you talk about slowing down the kicking, he received that ball and he had somebody coming at him like an intercept missile. But because he read it so well, it was one gentle step to the left. The tackler went by and then he fed the ball on. So for me, all that goes down to Kieran Napper in the middle.
Found it. He made his own space, didn't he? There?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which makes the kick right underneath the post. Hopefully a lot easier for him. Just setting himself up, going through his routine. couple of steps back, looking at the post, 1 step, 2 steps to the left, follows through, and over he goes. Another success.
I mean, how long have we been doing this now, Steve? We've been on doing these things, 10 years now?
Covering the amateur game, yeah.
And we've always known about Kieran Napper and his kicking abilities, haven't we?
Yeah.
The other thing that I think he does wonderful is kicks out of hand. He finds the floor often.
Yeah.
Which, even some professional players struggle to find the floor often on the kicks. But it's great to see guys that are still... They've got, like they say, you never lose the skills, you just lose the legs.
That's right.
Doesn't need the legs if he's got someone else running off him, though, does he?
Yeah, it's true.
So it's another swirling kick. Well caught by Connick, who decides to take the line on himself and then instantly regrets that decision and got clobbered. It was a massive hit which went his way. A great tackle coming in from Jordan Eccleston. Thursday youngster Tyrese Daly. Rolled on his back by the clock face defence. It's a clock face side that opened the scoring, and they find themselves 12-4 behind. Really good bit of play from Pilks to get themselves in front. Is it going to continue? Well, they're going to try the level best to get away from their own end of the field. 35 metres away from their own line as it stands at the moment. Key works it out.
Good ball.
Oh, it was almost a break from Lockett again. Another big stride in second rower. Back to Connick. Connick puts some spin on it. It'll bounce. It'll trickle. It'll go into touch.
Finding the floor, Dave. Finding the floor again with the kicks.
They certainly go up like an absolute bullet, don't they?
30 metres away from their own line. That's where Clockface will start this attack from. And to be fair, you're quite comfortable defending at this sort of end of the field, aren't you? Because it'll take something special if you're going to make a break.
Yeah, the one thing is, though, as we said, like when in the reverse fixture, that what Clockface can do if they break that line, as they showed for the first try, they're gone. You know, so complacency could be your own worst enemy in this position.
So Martin comes in with the first tackle. Then it's Coxhill again.
Playing well.
Great start to the game for him.
Both props for Clock are playing really well.
Infield it comes to Geraghty. He finds Taylor. Taylor then releases it to Rigby, who's running the outside line. Bounces off a couple of challenges. And another challenge. And he's through that middle. He's a rumbling front row forward.
Immense.
Did really well there. Eventually it takes 3 of them to get to grips with him, and he's 32 metres away from the try line. Clock trail by 12 points to 4. Spinning this ball to this right hand side. Run comes in from Graham, again wheeling his way through a couple of challenges. Inside the 30 he goes. This is where he'll play the ball to Hartman, who continues using this right section, but then the ball came back in field to Ben Daniels off Alex Burke, and it was too hot to handle.
It was unlucky. That was unlucky. It was a lovely little move there.
If anything, his hands were a bit too high up to take it where they rather than letting the ball come to him. It's easy for me to say from this angle.
It's always easy for us lot up here, isn't it?
Definitely.
We're all Super League coaches parking up here, aren't we?
I've just got my level 2. How about you?
I'm nowhere near your level, mate. In many different aspects.
Hattons, that's my coach. I'll leave that one with you.
Shut up, Beachy. With respect.
Hang on, I should have something on this to like drown you out at times when you come up with stuff like that. Or one of them where it goes budum. In fact, I might have to load it at half time, especially for you. That's Pilks. Off the ball ripped on the grass. So it's going to be a penalty that's been won by Ben O'Donnell.
This is what's hurting Clock here, because on that last try they went back to back with line on, then at the head-eye tackle and let Pilks get down. They've got to cut this out, Clock, otherwise this could be a real killer.
Ben was incidentally named man of the match by Hensingham away at Hensingham last week, so he's in good form.
Getting another very solidly built rugby player. Simmons to tap this ball, feeds it back for Hannon. There was no sense of footwork there, it was just straightforward drive.
Runs hard, that, wasn't he?
Over that 30 metre mark like a bullet. Infield. Key. Was that just palm down? Yes, it was. You can complain about it all they like, but Oscar Hardman's getting brought back for sticking his hand out and patting the ball down.
I'll tell you what, Parky, I've noticed Callum Derrick's joined my 20s club.
He has. He's wearing your.
Yeah, obviously he likes it.
Well, he
wants to be a member.
He already knows that you're in his. He's in your fan club, or you're in his fan club.
He's chairman of his fan club, isn't he?
I think so. I'll get my words out right at one point. I knew what I meant. Nobody else did, but as a napper, feeds it out to his brother Andy. Andy gets just beyond that 30-metre mark. Plays it to Simmons, moves it infield to Hannon. Again, no thoughts of self-preservation with that carry. To the edge of the 20 he goes. Pilks starting to look a bit more menacing now as Key crosses that 20-metre line. Targeted Coxhill to run at. Targeted Taylor. Rigby's also involved in that stop, the 15 metres out from the line, bringing it left now. Napper onto Hannon. That was some really nifty hands on the floor, I've got to say, by Burke to get hold of it as far as clock were concerned. And probably a welcome intervention. Still they trail by 12 points to 4 in this wonder clock.
Referee just holding things up. I don't know what's his. Is there an issue over on the far side? No.
I think what the referee has done is he's declared a drinks break.
I wondered what was going on there.
I think that's where it is. There's no other reason for the stoppage. He was a bit thirsty, was the lad.
Probably was, yeah.
It's when he gets to the point where he's going, water, someone bring me water. I can't, I've not even got enough to blow me whistle. I need something to wet me whistle.
Wet me whistle, that's the one. That's the one.
See, I can't do this on BBC Radio.
I've missed you too so bad.
People are switching off in droves. That's down south somewhere, I think.
Boom boom tish.
Just don't leave the buttons alone.
Okay. I was trying to find it. Boom. So Hannon is getting patched up in back play as well, though, to be fair, from a Pilks point of view.
What's the clock on stage?
Just on 23 minutes, coming to 24 minutes.
Yeah, Hannon's put this last 10 minutes, he's really ramped it up, hasn't he?
Yes.
To be fair, that time's flew over, hasn't it?
Certainly has.
Here we go.
Back underway, clock inside their own 20-metre mark and finding the going tough. Taylor disappears underneath a 3-man challenge and then plays it to Hardman, who spins it out to Highcock, who moves it a little bit further along. But even on this occasion, meters are hard to come by. There's Graham. Looked to pop the ball out of the back of the tackle, but saw no one was really ready and ended up taking the challenge as it was. And then kicking from deep is that man Jack Highcock. That'll cross the halfway line. It'll bounce in favour of Clark. Clark still going forward. Over the 40, over the 30.
Needs to give it, no?
It's a big carry that from Jordan Eccleston. Eventually he will go down, but they've got another tackle up their sleeves. Last one of the set.
Gotta move it.
Moving it to the left hand side. Highcock through hands.
They've got bodies.
Oh, the last pass was a forward one.
Dear.
Very disappointing end to that particular set there.
What's the phrase? Coach killer?
What's all the cliche? You never let a rugby ball bounce.
Oh, yeah. Was it ever? But that's it on this type of pitches, isn't it? You could get it anywhere. I mean, I know on a normal pitch, but I think it tends to get the benefit of the bounce to the attacking side in that respect.
It was a cracking little chip over.
Yeah, it was.
There's a high challenge that goes against Pilks Rec.
Yep, same again. There we go.
Couple of players deciding to swap more than telephone numbers.
Yes, stormtroopers coming in from everywhere. Clock are shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties. They're in a good position there. Just need to tighten things up.
To be fair though, I mean they're not really out of the game, are they, as such? No. It's still at 12 points to 4, but they're giving Pilks a leg up to get out of their own half without having to do too much.
Yeah.
There's been a few of them though, and this is where you you need your referee to sort of like get a grip of it, because each one of them has a little bit more involvement coming in. So hopefully you can nip it in the bud, because they're two great teams. You don't need this sort of stuff going on.
Well, he's having a chat with both captains. Now, don't do it again. It's nothing that Lewis Geraghty nor Tom Conical have heard before. It's a good touch finder, though.
Very good.
As far as Pilks are concerned, they'll tap it on their own 40-metre line. Oh, that's another big charge coming in from Lockett. Takes 3 of them to stop him. Tell you what, they've got 2 big back rowers, haven't they, here of Pilks? And again, just struggling their way over the halfway line. Simmons onto Napper, then further back to the full-back Ben O'Connell, and that was played at, I feel. So it's going to be another set of 6 coming up here for Pilks on the halfway line. Nice little crowd that's coming in today, by the way.
Yeah, I think we've said it for years as well. Clockface are one of them clubs that wherever they go, they take support.
Yeah,
and I think you've got the interest of the local match going on, and even considering, I believe Tatweeth are at home as well today.
Yeah.
So considering 2 of the local sides are at home, literally a mile apart, it's nice to see. Good for the club treasury as well.
So this is going to be on the halfway line. Pilks feeding the scrum, coming out with possession, working the ball out to Callum Derrick, and he was on a hiding to nothing then as he took that ball.
He was, yeah.
Had a couple of forceful tacklers in front of him. Kieran Napper driving his way forward down this left hand side of the field, 15 metres in from the touchline. Simmons lining up for a very fetching looking George Hannon now, who's had his nose patched up and padded out. Simmons, short ball, looks for the running there of Ben O'Donnell again. O'Donnell crossing that 30-metre line. Referee tells him to get up. Bit more difficult when you've got 2 players hanging off you, but Keys drives in now.
Oh, good tackle.
Great tackle.
Very forceful. Ball played. Scott Simmons moves it right. Connick kicks back towards the middle, a la Derek Fox, and then that is dived upon by Jack Graham, who's forced back towards his own post. Did well to get on the end of that one though, did Jack Graham. The breeze picks up again, and Clark just 5 metres out from their own line, controlled in the stop. That was like a rugby union sort of charge then, wasn't it, from the Clockman? I think it was Dan Frost who was running forward. Off to the right it comes. Highcock still being behind his own 20-metre line, will play it. Hardman then finds Daniels, tries to step his way forward.
Set of 6 defensively this.
Oh, he's knocked on as well. It's turned into a smashing set of 6.
Yeah.
Andy Napper, fair play to him.
Good solid challenges. It's going to be a scrum in the middle of the field. Head and feed the way of Pilks Rex. Almost half an hour gone of this game. Still 12 points to 4. What Pilks would give for a try in this next set of 6. Kieran Napper feeds the scrum, comes out at the base with Scott Simmons. He in turn finds Mather, who angles right, and he stopped 15 metres out from the try line, about 20 metres in from the touch line. They continue using that channel, and Lockett goes at Hardman. Hardman gets
defense.
some support, and
good ball.
He's got the ball away.
Oh, it's gone in. It's
bit of Ryan Lockett magic there, is that?
Yeah, on the
a la Harry Potter.
On the 30 minutes mark, ball smuggled out there, and he's gone into the corner. Tyrese Daly.
I think in another realm we'd have been asking for all available angles, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
It's a wonderful bit of handling that, to be fair, because he had got absolutely dominated by about 4 players, and somehow managed to smuggle the ball out better than that one that you see who's advertising the rum. I can't even think of it. The captain is on the rum bottle. Morgan. Captain Morgan.
Yeah.
I can tell I don't drink.
You can tell I don't watch telly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They needed to keep the ball wrapped up. I mean, they had the pressure there. They had a roll on. He was ready for going in touch. Smuggled it out to Tyrese Daly over on that right-hand side. In fact, we were looking at it as though to say, what's going on there? And he's gone in right at the corner.
I tell you what a kick this is going to have to be.
Yeah.
Crikey.
And he comes. He's got height.
The gap is still 12 points though, and it's now Pilkington Rex 16, Clotface 4.
31 minutes gone. So every time they're getting down here, Pilks, they're coming away with something more or less. But again, another mistake by Clotface. Knock on, not keeping hold of the ball. Let's let Pilks in, let them put the pressure on, and they've come up trumps.
I mean, like Eddie said before, though, it's easy for us to say because I mean they were getting absolutely battered from pillar to post.
But it was a good set of
six.
It was a good set of six.
Forced error, you can say, really. That kick goes all the way down the ground, almost reaches the try line, picked up, charged back.
It was Harry Coleman, if you remember, got sent off in the first half. And there he is, mistake, first touch.
Yeah, I remember that's up at Pilks, up at Clotface.
Yeah.
It's a good introduction.
Yeah, so not his favourite team to play against, obviously.
And I will say it again, but a try here would really drag Clotface back into it.
I think it would.
And I don't think that far out of it. As you said, he's cutting out the silly errors and the penalties, really, that he's killing them. So Jack Highcott feeds the scrum, comes out at the base, it's off on a backline move. Eccleston is standing out of the scrum, spinning his way through a couple of challenges, gets inside the 10. Eventually 4 players catch up with him, drag him down 20 metres in from the touchline. He'll play this ball, and notice that Danny Tabben has moved in to operate dummy half, and he's there once again, feeds the ball out there to this right hand side. And the penalty goes against the Clotface side. That was Josh Morgan.
I think they're such evenly matched sides, these.
Morgan.
Captain.
Yeah.
Captain's a bit rum, that one.
Yeah, bit rum.
Bit rum.
Bit rum.
Yeah, they're 2 evenly matched sides, aren't they?
Yeah. But again, Clotface shooting himself in the foot as the ball comes up towards us. A nice Stedden league ball. Is it Stedden or Steeden?
It's got 2 E's in it. Hey, if you want to call it Stedden, that's alright. Somebody somewhere's called it Stedden. I was watching an old rugby video where they were calling Tim Brasher, the Australian fullback, Tim Brasher, all the way through.
There you go.
He was once a brick in Lee's wall. Anyway, back on this game, and we're getting lost in some rugby league nostalgia. That's a huge hit from Graham. Massive tackle there on George Hannon, and he still gets up from it. Again, the challenge is piling on Harry Coleman. Coleman this time keeping hold of the ball. Plays it to Topping, then spins it out to the right. A weaving little run coming in from Tom Connick. Some complaints coming in from Clotface, but we play on, and it's down that right hand side again. There's the fullback Ben O'Connell, keeps the ball moving. Connick kicks across field. It's a lovely kick. Derek takes it on the full. He's put a step on. He stepped again. He's going underneath the post.
Beautiful. What a rugby league move. Absolutely superb kick over.
The vision from Tom Connick.
Yeah, 35
Incredible.
Minutes. Absolutely superb.
Incredible vision from Tom Connick, and your man there on the end of it.
Yeah, and you could see he didn't rush in for it. He weighed things up, and like we were saying with the wind, it could have easily gone anywhere, but it took his time waiting for it. Took it a couple of side steps. It's gone in right underneath the post.
And it's exactly who Connick aimed for with that kick as well.
Yeah, saw him over there.
Superb.
What's he doing next week? And can he go on Lee's wing? Because that's what Josh Charnley should have done that the other night.
That's right, yeah.
If you want to negotiate a swap deal, I think if Callum Derrick went to Lee, Beach would have a season ticket there.
So Kieran Napper directly underneath the post. This to stretch the advantage out to 22 points to 4.
That's a tough ask, Parky, isn't it? I mean, as much as they were still in it, I tell you, they're going to have to really step the game up to get back into this now, I think.
Especially as this Pilks side is looking hungrier by the minute.
Yeah. I mean, that was absolutely class vision there from Connick. He spotted the space on this left-hand side. Lovely ball. And obviously, young Derek there, just waiting for it to come down. Took it nicely. Didn't just go over.
I was going to say,
sidestep 2 players to go underneath.
The wherewithal and the confidence in his ability to go around 2 men, basically.
How old is he, Eddie?
18. 18.
Unbelievable.
No, he's not even 19, he's 18, yeah.
Was chatting to his dad before, by the way, and he was saying that last season he must have played upwards of about 50 towards 60 games, because he was also playing for sort of the Wigan under-18s.
His dad as well, by the way, has been a big supporter of everything we've done over the years. He's followed our work very closely. He's always been good to us. That's a bit high as well.
What's a little bit high there on Kieran Napper. Checking out his ears, I think it was that high.
That was this state.
Oh,
he's aiming for us. So he is.
There you Ed.
I knew it was coming our way.
I dived the other way, if you noticed then.
See, we've got the Wales international coach in the house as well there, Liam Bostock. Always a good supporter of the local amateur scene, Bozzy. Great bloke.
So Hannon will play this ball just inside his own half the field. Running forward now is Palladino. Tucking the ball under his wing, gaining 4 or 5 metres post contact. Jake Toppin feeding the ball to his right hand side. Arrow-like run back towards the middle from the supporting player. Away into the barrel chest of Josh Morgan. Ball moved to the right. Connick. Soft hands for Lockett. Lockett takes on the fullback. He's going right over the top. Bounces over another one. He had to make that a real physical effort. And what a run that was from Ryan Lockett. What a try. And it's now 26 points to 4 with the kick to come.
Incredibly tough lad, Ryan Lockett. Absolute granite tough. I feel for the lad who is left on the floor, unfortunately.
Yeah, he wasn't going to go round anybody, was he? Let's put it that way. And again, all started with an head-eye tackle from Clockface, shooting themselves in the foot, giving the ball over to Pilks, and they've gone obviously virtually full length and scored over on that right-hand side. Player still down at the moment. Trainer just looking at him. I mean, to be honest, I mean, he did take an absolute wallop there, didn't he?
Oh, he certainly did. Yeah, he was a brave man trying to stop Lockett, who was in full flight.
Yeah.
And to be fair, for the first 10 metres of his run, he's looking round for somebody to pass to, isn't he? Then he just
changed his mind.
He just thought, no, I am not going to pass. This 4 points is mine. Dan Frost being helped off the field as far as Clockface is concerned. That's a blow. He's limping off. So Napper once more. This to make it 28 points to 4. Oh, he's hit the post. And he's gone in.
If you looks in, Parker.
28 points to 4.
So all on full time, I would imagine this maybe on the first Saturday or so the whistle may go, but yeah, I mean, Pilks have been clinical when they've got down into the clock danger area and come away with points.
A deadly first half as far as Pilks are concerned. Daniels goes short with his kick-off. To try and put men underneath it. It's just spilled, unfortunately, from a Clockface point of view. So it's going to be a scrum. Head and feet to the hosts. 40 metres out from their own line.
Let's see what they can do with this one. I don't know what Coach Cunningham's going to have to say to the clock team when he gets them in. And it is half time.
Well, he'll have a chance to have a chat with them now. After that, the whistle blows and 28 points to 4. Let's take you through the tail of the tape. So, Clark got themselves on the board first of all. It was a lightning start from them. Taben going over in the corner for a 4-0 advantage. But then after that, mistakes, penalties, they all stacked up and Pilks were good enough to take advantage. 12 minutes in, Andy Napper scores. Lovely delayed pass to him. That's converted by Kieran Napper to make it 6 points to 4. Then Hannon finds his way through in the 15th minute. That's converted as well to make it 12 points to 4. We had to wait until the 30th minute when there was that smuggled effort when it looked like Ryan Lockett was going to be all held by a good 4 players, and he somehow managed to magic up a pass which the likes have not seen since the days of Derek Pike and what have you, and Harry Pinner perhaps slipping the ball out of the challenge, and Tyrese Daly charged in at the corner, and then we saw another 2 tries go the way of Pilks. Connick kicking over for Derek to swerve his way past 2 players on a run towards the post, and then Ryan Lockett doing it all himself, charging his way through from about 20-25 metres, and that was converted. So Napper has kicked 4 goals in this first half, and it is 28 points to 4. Whoa, gentlemen, what a first half.
It started off, Clock were on fire, weren't they? I mean, they were moving the ball about, having great success on that left edge. But then Pilks have gradually got themselves into it in that after about 10-15 minutes. And like I said before, every time they've been down into that 10 metre clock face, they've managed to come away with something.
You're exactly spot on there, Steve. I think the clinical.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the word, isn't it? I mean, the physicality of both, absolutely superb. But yeah, I think the clinicalness was the major thing.
Yeah. By the way, that's Eddie's phone. It's not the ice cream one.
I'm loving the fact that I thought the Exorcist was arriving. So 28 points to 4 at half time. I'm trying to do a little bit of a search to see whether I can find out any other scores at the moment. But so far, all I've got is the scores from this game. I think I know what the score is in this game.
Is it us who've been posting it? But yeah, really good crowd, really great crowd. We've actually got a couple of stormtroopers coming round at the corner of the pitch at the moment.
If they're looking for droids, we've not seen any.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Right, we'll take this opportunity just to have a break for a minute or two and come back to you.
Green Cooling scores with the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League Show. Green Cooling scores with the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League Show. Green Cooling scores with the 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League Show.
Yeah, just we were saying at the beginning of the game, obviously there wasn't much that was separating these two teams in a league point of view. We're just going to have a look at the fixtures for both teams that are left for them to play. And we've got Pilks, obviously, have got Normanton Knights away next week. Then the return to Dewsbury Celtic, which should be an absolute pearler because Pilks actually turned them over at Dewsbury Celtic, so I'm sure they'll be looking for a little bit of revenge. But looking at this pitch, I think Pilks have got things sorted, and that could be a really good game. Then we've got Skirler at home here at the Rex ground, and then finally they will be away at Ellenborough For Clockface Miners, they are away next week to Ellenborough. Sorry, no, they're at home next week to Ellenborough. Then they're away to Driglington. Then they've got they'll go welcome Hensingham to Crawford Street. They would have finished things off with Hull Dockers. So, Parker, the old Dockers thing, any idea what might... throw me some scenarios of what might happen there. I know you can't be definitive, but...
Well, I'm sure that they'll have to launch an investigation into whether or not they have actually pulled out, whether they have actually resigned from the league. If they've resigned from the league, then I would imagine they'd have to look at one of two options. So that would be an average of their scores. Yeah. They've done this in the past, so you'd average out the scores which they've had cumulatively over the course of the season, and that's basically, if you like, the win that everybody gets for the rest of the season.
As in a walkover type situation.
Yeah. So then so in that way it's fair. If it's just a case of them not being able to play, then they will probably face some sort of investigation into why they haven't taken part in the actual game itself. They'll fall under all of these things that got discussed at the end of last season, because if you remember, we had a number of clubs over the last couple of years that haven't been completing all of their fixtures in the National Conference League, and there was various steps that the committee brought in to try and ensure that if that happened again, it was properly punished, because I think they were found, you got like for example, there was all kind of talk about whether Wigan St Pat's should have got relegated 2 divisions. In the end, it was decided to just take them down to 1.
Wasn't the Featherstone Lions, was there a precedent set with Featherstone Lions a few years ago, Dave? You know better than I.
The Featherstone Lions one was, they got back on a loophole because they were never officially, they should have had an email, and they never got an email. And the email was never sent.
Yeah.
So they got back in on a technicality, and then the league had to listen to them to come back in. Now, as it was, they put a compelling case together at that particular time, and I think now they're finally starting to bring that back, aren't they?
Yeah. Can I just before we kick off here, get to Eddie, that Dewsbury Celtic game here, Eddie, obviously, I don't know, did you go the away game?
No, I didn't on that one.
Because that was a good win.
That was 14-10. 14-10, and I've seen the footage, I've watched the game back, and that was the game that turned the season. Didn't turn the season, but give this team the confidence.
Yeah, and the belief. Yeah.
As you've both spoke about in the past, the last few years they've been in turmoil, this team, but the belief in the new squad, a lot of the younger players. And 12 months previous, I went up to Dewsbury Celtic, and they beat Pilks by 40 points.
Yeah.
This year, the Dewsbury defence is insane. It's absolutely insane. But that was, I think, I can't say it was a turning point, but it was the catalyst really for a good run of form.
I think there's 5 or 6 times this season where Dewsbury Celtic have kept their side's opposition scoreless, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, they're super. I mean, when you look at, we all rave about East Leeds, but I don't think Dewsbury get the credence they deserve for their defence this year. I think they've only conceded 130 points in the league so far. Anyway,
it's an amazing feat that, as we've got underway. Clock to pick this ball up, which was bouncing and bobbling awkwardly, and they've taken possession just 12 metres out from their own line. By the way, half time just down the road at Thatto Heath. Thatto in front against Waterhead by 16 points to 6.
Still close though.
Still very close, but we're at the start of the second half here. Clock in possession, forcing their way down the ground, but only just over their own 20 metre line. And again, it's a solid drive forward from Graham. Running out of dummy half. Now feeding the ball onto Rugby. He was having some tremendous work in the first half, wasn't he, Rugby?
They're not making the most. I was going to say, they're not making the most out of the work the props are doing, Clockface. The Clockface props are absolutely top draw today.
Highcock sending the kick high. Ben O'Connell's underneath it, launches the counter attack, does a half step to get past Highcock in the first place, and then the challenge comes in and pins him inside his own 30 metre line. Derrick again going nowhere. All swallowed up there by Josh Morgan's challenge. And Tyrese Daly. So the backs are getting in, doing the work.
Yeah, giving the forwards a bit of a break.
They're up by 28 points to 4 in this one, remember.
Big shot. Big
Pilks.
shot.
Good tackling again from Clock. It's keeping Pilks inside their own half. Palladino. Good charge.
Who's on at dummy half, Parky?
So on at dummy half is Jake Topping.
Jake Topping.
Kick comes in from Napa at the end of the set. Oh, it's hanging in the breeze. It's dropping. Whoa, that was a devilish sort of bounce. Finds the touchline on the far side, but wow, that was a real swirling kick up in the air. And once it got above the tree level, it was anybody's guess, wasn't it, where that was going to go.
Well, let's be honest, the trees are not far off moon level looking at it, aren't they?
It was a skied kick from
That was
Kieran Napa.
very similar to the kick Clock Face put in the first half that nearly led to the try.
That's right,
it? And like Steve said earlier, it's, I suppose, you at the whim of the luck of the bounce, aren't you?
A lottery.
Like absolutely.
So 28 points to 4. Napa's got himself off the ground. He's feeling the after effects of that though. Back in possession here at Pilks, driving forward through Smith. Smith, 35 metres from his own line, from the line. Now Keys, a lot better when those two experienced heads are on the field. Inside the 30 metre line they go. Topping works it left. Napa takes it to the line, then offloads. Looking for Hannon, who spilled it. Under some real good challenge there from Ethan Chadwick. Really put his body on the line there, did Chadwick, and they've come up with the ball of Clockface. Morgan. Oof. That was a hard challenge.
He knew what was coming then, didn't he? He knew exactly what was coming.
Hannon trying to make up for his mistake, and he's done 3 tackles on the trot and giving a penalty away. In his frustration, going a little bit high. Referee Reece Schofield spotting that one. So Highcock puts this one into touch. Buys his side a further 20 metres down the ground.
What can Clotface do with this? It's sort of like the reverse of the first half, where head-eye tackle from Clotface, and now it's head-eye tackle from Pilks.
But with the first carry, and it's a good one to get just over the 40. He'll play it 20 metres in from touch. It comes towards the middle. Highcock releasing it to Morgan. Morgan handing it on yet again, this time for Harrison Rugby. Rugby standing tall before there's a wrap of the legs, and eventually falls like some sturdy oak tree. Now it's a dart out of dummy half from Danny Tatham.
Great run that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice quick play of the ball.
Looking sharp, Clock.
Working it back for Chadwick. Chadwick going right at the heart of the defence, 10 metres out from the line. Oh, stuttering run from Tatham. Ducks to the left, cuts back to the right, straightens up now. Just a couple of metres out from that line. Can Clock get themselves over? Graham works it to the right.
Good ball.
Handing on for Burke. Burke, has he got it down? He has!
Yeah.
Bit of a superhuman effort that was from Alex Burke on that right corner. Did ever so well to get the ball down. He seemed to have a whole heap of white shirts in front of him, but he somehow grounds it, and Clock still believe, although they trail by 28 points to 8.
They look lively there, Clock Face. They completely speed things up there, totally different to what they were doing in the first half.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's what they've got to do, I think, Eddie. When they get down there, they've got to stretch this Pilk side. And we saw Burke a couple of weeks ago against Thornhill, didn't we, Parker?
Scored a hat-trick that day.
And he put a lovely little kick in for himself to go under the post, didn't he, if I remember. So he's he's not short of ideas, but he was.
That's sent goalward. Flags are raised.
Yes.
Lovely kick that was. Highcock.
No, I'm not sure. Just trying to catch his number as he goes back.
Yeah,
because I don't think it was Garrity, was it?
Jack Highcock with the kick. Makes the score line 28 points to 10 now in favour of Pilks. Still very much in control.
I think Clockface have caught Pilks napping there in the second half, haven't they? They've absolutely completely took it over.
And then they had this sort of start to the first half, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then Pilks hit back and scored with what for clock was alarming regularity towards the back end of the half. Ooh, that was
It was holding up in the wind, wasn't it?
Highcock running headlong, almost making the 30-metre mark. Plays it to Taburn. Taburn handing on to Rugby. Big charge from Rugby again. Plays it on the edge of the 40. Bringing it to the left-hand side now. Hardman.
Good
nice
move
run from Hardman. He's made the break. He's chucking dummies left, right and centre as if he's fresh out of mother care, and he's 30 metres out from the line. That's where he plays it to Taburn. Taburn runs out of dummy half. It's another great bit of work there from the acting halfback. Inside the 20-metre line he goes. Davis slips the ball in field. Moved into the arms of Morgan. Big charge towards the 10. Eventually controlled to the deck by Jamie Smith. Taburn moving it right. Geraghty handing on to Graham. Graham inside the 10.
Tell you what, another one here in it, on, isn't he?
It would make things very, very interesting, that's for sure. So Taburn again spins it to right. Highcock, lovely pass out to Davis. Davis grounded. It's on the edge of the try line. Infield it comes to Graham. Graham dummy in. Goes for the short run. Just on this last tackle now. Clock face. Ball moves back towards the middle. Kick comes in. It's a cross field kick from Geraghty. Oh, it's been spilled and it's been dived on. The referee has ruled that they got enough on it though, the Pilks, and it's going to be a drop out from under the post.
Good move, good vision again, using a similar sort of ploys to what Pilks did in the first half with that try for Derek. Crossfield kick. It's,
well contested that by Jordan Eccleston. I mean, you can see why you want to kick to him, because he's about 6'2".
He's a tall lad, isn't he? Yeah.
So it's going to be a drop out from under the posts, and they've certainly, like you were saying, Ada, they put Pilks under loads of pressure at the start of this second half.
A drop out in this weather here now, it's
difficult. Yeah, I agree.
Well, he's
right
kept it
idea.
low. Highcock plays it with the boot, picks it up on his own 30, drops it back for this man Rugby. Big superhuman effort from him again.
He's having a wow of a game, you know. Oh wow.
Taburn looks to his left, feeds it to the short running player, which is Ethan Chadwick. Chadwick goes inside the 10. Is he building here for clock again? Comes out to the left. Geraghty. Hardman's pass was a dipping one. And eventually,
idea was right.
I like the
execution
idea.
was just not there.
Wasn't quite on the money, that pass. But then there's a decision that's gone the way of clock face minors here. Offside is a call that goes against Pilks, and he continues to dominate these early stages of the second half. Hardman to tap this ball, runs it forward himself. Almost twists his way over.
Again.
Taburn moves into dummy half again. Eccleston standing just to the right, picks up the pass, tries to spin his way over, just 2 metres out. Referee tells him to play it. Infield it comes again. 2 halfbacks linking up. Big run comes in from Highcock. He stopped about 5 metres out from the line, just to the right hand side of the post. Brought back towards the middle. Taburn trying to twist his way in, but just held up short yet again.
Where's Rugby?
Oh, it's lovely work from Geraghty. Geraghty stepping, Geraghty crashing over.
Yes.
Typical cheeky halfback try, that one. Stepping right at the heart of the defence and stepping over.
Yeah, looked as though this ball was again going to come out to this left hand side, because they've been having quite a bit of success over here, but little step off that left foot past one man and has gone in just to the left hand side of the post.
Yeah, they've completely took over the second half, haven't they? There's only one side come out of the dressing rooms.
So Highcock with this conversion attempt, currently 28 points to Pilkington Rex, 14 points to Clotface. He said another try would definitely make it interesting. We've got a game in our hands.
It's not just the score that's making it interesting, though. Like you said, there's just complete domination at the start of the second half. It's funny in sport, isn't it, when an opponent or a team or an individual in any sport, when it's almost nothing to lose, and throw our caution to the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you going to do at 28 points to 4? You've nothing to lose, have you? You may as well give it anything and everything that you've got.
But they've actually come up with a couple of really well tries on the back of it,
That's
haven't
what
they?
I mean, yeah, it's
really
worked.
smart tries.
It's worked.
So Highcock, after goal number 2 of his afternoon, just to the left-hand side of the posts. Left-footed kicker as well. The flags are raised. 28-16.
So we've certainly got a game on now, haven't we?
Well, this is more like what we expected, isn't it? It's more, when you look at the league table and the previous game at Crawford Street, it's
similar in that respect.
This is what we was expecting it to be.
Now it's Pilk's turn to just slow things down.
Like you were saying, Eddie, anything like a drop out under the post when this breeze gets up, and like a kick restart. I mean, it's eased at the moment, but it's still going to be difficult. But it's going to be interesting.
So back on the halfway line, Pilkington Rex. A little bit of a conversation between the Rex skipper, Connick, and the referee. Meanwhile, the kick is sent long, and Morgan rolls it back towards that 20-metre mark. Does well.
Need a big defensive set, Pilks, here now to try and get some territory back.
But then you've got this fella charging at you, Harrison Rugby. Controlled this time though. Only gained the 5 metres as opposed to the 15 he has been gaining with every carry this second half. Graham is tackled on his own 30 as well. Tabbin is looking round, decides to use the short side. A little stepping run forward from Clotface. He smuggled the ball out as well, but goes down that right hand side.
They're great at play after contact, aren't they, Clotface?
Just 2 metres inside his own half. Burke plays the ball, spun into the arms of Highcock, who sends this high, sends it long. It's swirled and well taken by Ben O'Connell. Sparks the counter attack. Oh, that's a great challenge heading the way. I'll tell you what, he's going to be counting his ribs later on. It's Ben O'Connell after that challenge. Tyrese Daly.
Oh dear. Friendly fire.
Charging his way through. Real heck of a collision between the two Clotface lads who came in to try and challenge, and Daly just emerged from the other end of it.
Unpleasant, very unpleasant.
To be fair to Morgan, he just got up as if nothing happened. The other man has stopped down.
To be fair to Morgan, he could do that to a conker tree and get back up.
In fact, looking at him, he's related to a conker tree. He's huge.
Got to say though, him and Rugby, like we said earlier on, are having a wow of a game. Just trying to work out who's down there.
It's not Rugby, he's in the middle of the field. It's not Eccleston, is it?
It could well be Parky, he could be right there.
Oh, he's holding his nose in place.
Yeah.
So yeah, currently 28 points to 16. It's been all Clotface miners this second half. 2 tries they've scored so far. Alex Burke getting in for the first one. Geraghty stepping his way over just a couple of minutes earlier. And yeah, it is that man Jordan Eccleston who was underneath that one. He'll be helped to the touchline. Might be the last we see of him today.
Yeah.
So Daly to play this ball just a couple of metres inside his own half. How will that affect Clotface losing the player due to friendly fire? Big charge coming in from Ben O'Donnell, getting over the halfway line. Plays it to Toppin, who turns it to his right hand side to Martin, and Martin crashes his way just beyond that 40 metre line. Nice quick play the ball. Key follows up, plays it off to O'Donnell. O'Donnell stopped on the 30. Oh, that was a swirled pass ended up being hacked forward. It could come up for them. In fact, it's been picked up by Burke. Burke trying to step his way into the backfield. The ball's gone loose from him.
No, he went backward.
Knock on is ruled against Burke.
I'm not so sure about that.
No, I didn't look as though he played the ball backwards.
Ball cannoned backwards from his hand, or seemed to.
Bit of disagreement from some of the fans.
Got to say, ref's in a much better position than us up here, but it did appear to go backwards.
He did.
Yeah, at least we've got our own water.
So the scrum will pat down about 32 metres out from the clock face try line. Comes down this right side from Ian Mather. Big legs pumping to get just inside that 30. Scott Simmons is back out there and he feeds it infield looking for Tyrese Daly, who's done some unheralded stuff, to be honest. He's made some good metres in the middle of the field. Plays it back to Simmons.
He's not been frightened of putting his hand up and taking a bit of work, has he, in that forward
That's
area.
one heck of a challenge coming in from Jack Graham to bring down Pilks 12 metres out from the line, still spinning the ball down the left side. Napper taking on the line,
Clobbered as well.
5 metres out. Napper to play it. Simmons brings it back towards the middle. Key tries to use a bit of footwork there on the big fella Josh Morgan. Just 2 metres out from the line, almost directly in front of the post. They dive forward from dummy half. Simmons going for it. He's held up. It's going to be turnover possession. Still no change to the scoreboard. 28 points to 16. But we have a right royal game in our hands, particularly if Clockface can break away for another and find their way through again. Pilks trying to snuff out the comeback. Hope you're enjoying coverage this afternoon, courtesy of the 13 Pro Am Community Rugby League show. We do like our community rugby league commentaries that we're able to get out and about and do over the course of the season. This is just the latest of a whole series of games which we've been covering, and there's bound to be a few more between now and the end of the season. But Clockface still inside their own 20 metre line, struggling to get out. Even the big figure of Morgan, he could just fall over and make more metres than he actually has done running forward there. But it's solid defensive work from Martin in particular. They've got the bit between the teeth. Big carry from Rugby. Still going Rugby. Eventually put down on his own 20 metre line. Metres hard to come by. They need something. As Geraghty steps. Well, I thought he was going to slip the ball out to Ben Daniels. Thought better of it. Last tackle signal. Ball comes back to Oscar Hardman, who finds a good kick.
That's a good kick, that. Split them in two.
That's a
What's
great
the chase
kick.
like?
Derek takes it just 10 metres from his own line. The chase is staggered and he's gone between the pair of them. Tries to spin his way through the challenge again of Conor McCartan. McCartan's clung on for what he could. He's shipped off back towards his wing position, and then there's a penalty that Clockface have given away. And this was the way that Pilks were getting out of their own half in the first half, wasn't it?
Got to say, a lovely little step there from Callum Derrick to bring things back in, and then obviously Tyrese Daly there coming through and
he's aiming for us again.
it's a touch, yeah.
You'll have to get a bit further than that though.
Turn the wind machine off.
So Pilks to tap this ball on the halfway line. Simmons turns it infield to Lockett, and then there's a player that disappears underneath the challenge. Wow, it was a hell of a hit, to be fair, from Oscar Hardman, and he comes off worst from it. He has been cut from granite, hasn't he, Ryan Lockett?
Oh, he absolutely has, yeah. He's tough lad, isn't he? Very tough. I mean, he's not massive, he's stocky, strong set. But it's the way he carries it in, it's so direct and uncompromising.
He's harder than 6 Rottweilers. I won't mess with him.
Tougher than a dog's head.
So loads of concern being shown there for Hardman. They've got to go through all their
Protocols, yeah.
You took the words right out of me,
I
mate.
did it.
To be fair, there's one of the best there in the park, Gary Truman. You know him well.
Yeah,
He's been in the game for many years, hasn't he?
Fantastic bloke, Gary.
Always incredibly stringent with anything to do with anything above the shoulders, and he's incredibly stringent.
Long time medical support to the Lions programme as well, Gary. Fantastic fella. Hardman's got up. He'll be guided off the field. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure if you asked him what day it was, he couldn't tell you at the moment. He thinks he's in Disneyland. To be honest, with Star Wars characters walking around, he could well be, to be fair.
It doesn't tell, does it, if you've had a head knock. Got to say as well, not helpful for Clock this, because obviously they were lacking a substitute before we kicked off.
Yeah.
And obviously they lost. Was it Jordan Ettleston?
Yeah, so it's basically the two fellas that have been switched to second row in this second half. Still, Pilks won't be feeling sorry for them. They'll go headlong to try and make this a victory. And Ben O'Donnell takes the first carry of this particular set. Stopped on the 30-metre line. Simmons opening play out to Napper. Napper then getting rid of it. That looked a little bit suspect, that pass for George Hadden.
I hope he doesn't hang wallpaper.
Hadden to play this ball 25 out from the line. Big run coming in from Martin. Back towards the middle. Simmons checks to the left, moves it to the right. Connick.
Oh, nice ball.
Good ball back in field, looking for Ben O'Donnell. Donald is stopped just 10 metres from that try line. Simmons moves it left. Martin throws the dummy, tries to surge on. Gets an offload going. I think that's a knock on, that. And it is. It's ruled a knock on, even though they're able to touch it down. And then look at this, bit of pace added to the movement. Cracking run coming in from Conor McCartan from Clock.
Great yards.
Made a good 15 metres with that carry. And wins a penalty as well.
I think that was a little bit of smarts there from Clockface. Little bit of smarts.
Well, he rolled back in, didn't he?
Yeah.
He rolled back into the tackle and then
grabbed
him in.
Grabbed his leg as well.
So Highcock will kick to touch. Doesn't gain much forward momentum, but I suppose at least he found the touchline. Got about 16 minutes remaining here. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage this afternoon. It's currently Pilkington Rex who are winning in this one by 28 points to 16, but we have seen an almost Lazarus-like comeback as far as Clockface are concerned, to make this certainly far more interesting than it was looking at half time when they trailed by 28 points to 4. Graham with the first carry of the set. Burke follows up to get beyond the halfway line. You've got to be brave to take on the middle of this Pilkington Rex defence though. Oh, referee waves another 6 tackles, and the man who caused all that bother in the first half for Pilks is back on the field, Harry Coxhill, charging his way towards the 40-metre line, so they've got 6 more tackles to go from here. And another huge surge from Chadwick.
Big hit.
Only going forward in multiples of 5 metres at the minute though. Gerrity moves it to Morgan. Morgan picks up the fullback. Daniels, oh, he swerved through 2. Gets the ball out wide. They're going in.
Oh, yeah.
What a superb try that is for Brandon Lewis. He was running the outside line as Ben Daniels cut through. Daniels made that break look so simple then. He was almost able to swerve and just a little swagger of the hips, and away he went.
Yeah, fully deserved. Fully deserved.
And they've had so much joy on this left-hand side, it's got to be said. Once they spread it out.
Half as well,
exactly the same. Yeah, you're right there, Eddie. So let's see what Jack Highcock can do with this kick.
Well, this would really put the cat amongst the pigeons if he can convert. This would, gap is currently 8 points. This would close the gap to just 6.
I think they played our audio in the changing room at half time, although they didn't go in, did they? No. And Mr. Cunningham was telling him, Beaches just said the game over for you.
Mr. Motivator.
Yeah, Mr. Motivator.
Buy him a green lycra suit.
Susie, yeah.
So Highcock could just call him Mr. Lancashire Greeting, couldn't we?
Here we go.
In he steps, left footed. He's sending it goalward. Oh, it's a brilliant kick.
Great kick.
Game on. Big style.
28 points to Pilkington Rex, 22 to Clockface Miners. Do they believe? There's certainly plenty of time remaining in the game.
Oh,
Got another 13
believe.
minutes.
There's only been one team in the second half.
You're right.
Believe.
You're right, yeah.
Talk about turning tables.
Yeah.
You'd be proud of this as an ex-DJ, wouldn't you, Peter?
Tell you. Little bit of scratching.
Tell you what, with a couple of those knocks that they've taken, there's more than a couple of scratches, I think.
You're right.
So, Garrity underneath that one. Spins on his axis. Feeds it into the arms there of Coxill. Good solid surge. Still inside his own 20-metre line though. Can they escape this area of the field? Taylor pushes through the first challenge. Can't escape the clutches of Simmons. Mather was also still involved. And he's clutching his face. So once again, they'll check him out, they'll make sure everything's good. But 28 points to 22, wow. And I love it how, because we're at a community game, you've got the fullback of Pilks mid-game just coming across to have a chat with somebody on the touchline.
Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely superb.
So it goes back to like the old stories that you would have heard from French Rugby League when they had a fullback back in the 50s called Puy Galbert. And he used to do apparently the same, and he was a smoker apparently, so he used to go to people on the touchline and take cigarettes off them if there were stoppages in play and be smoking until they got back underway again. Anyway, we are back underway. Clockface Miners in possession. It was a solid hit forward from Harry Coxill. That's an even better surge forward by Harrison Rugby. Rugby stopped on his own 40-metre line. Taban checks to his left, feeds it into the arms of Coxill. He then moves it out to Josh Morgan. Morgan put down near the halfway line. They've run out of tackles here though of Clockface. So Garrity will kick it from inside his own half. He's put plenty of height on that one. Well taken by O'Connell, who launches the counter-attack and launches Callum Derrick, and that's a great tackle low down by Conor McCartan to trap him inside his own 30-metre line. Again, the defence surges in. These Clockface fans around on the other touchline now starting to bring the noise. And again, it's a huge hit there on Lockett.
They were doing this last week against Dewsbury.
30 metres from their own line, Pilks. And they're going behind that 30-metre line. Real bit between the teeth stuff there as far as the defence is concerned. And even the running of Mather can't escape the clutches. Superb defence. They certainly believe, and like Eddie said, there's only been one team in it, as that's a crossfield kick. Oh, it'll bounce up in favour of Pilks. There's Key, handing on to Connick. Connick, handing out to Callum Derrick. Derrick to finish. Derrick goes over in the corner. They've scored that from absolutely nothing. Callum Derrick, the hero, speeding away. I thought as soon as that kick went up in the air, there was a bit of danger there for Clockface.
We said in the first half.
It's the third kick, isn't it? It's the third time a kick's had the same thing. It's just this time one of the teams actually did something with it. And was it John Key? Was it John Key who got
he
through
followed
it?
through.
And some of his little pass, like Steve's mentioned a couple of times, his little balls,
little subtle balls he's done.
And
really
that final pass then to send him in was, well, it was to Tom Connick, wasn't it? And Connick did the final ball to Derrick.
Yeah, and give him his due. Derrick came in to give support there. But
doesn't look well, Callum Derrick though. He looks to have took one at the end there.
There's another player being guided off for Pilks as well. So this is Mather. So Mather got all wrapped up inside his own 30-metre line, didn't he? When about 4 players came in and gang tackled him.
Yeah, Callum Derrick doesn't look good at all there. Look, he's getting carried off.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So now 2 players have been lost within the space of 5 seconds here for Pilks.
Just a bit of an update. Thatcherheath against Waterhead Warriors. Currently it's Thatcherheath 20, Waterhead Warriors 12. So Thatcherheath, as I said, I think on Wednesday's show at home, they're
A different beast.
a different gravy, aren't they? They are, certainly are.
32 points to 22 here. Into the last 10 minutes. So Kieran Napper way out on that far touch line.
It's not going to be easy in this against this wind. Somebody can do.
Sends it goalward.
Oh.
He's given it chances.
He certainly has.
Oh, just waved away. So scoreline 32 points to 22 in favour of Pilks. But is that just too much? Does that just take them away from Clock?
It depends on Clockface's attitude.
Yeah.
If Clockface needs to remember, they've been the only team in the second half, and they have butchered Pilks in the second half. If they remember that, then they've got time to do it. But it just depends how it affects them. What Pilks need now is a really good set to consolidate.
That's right.
And then get a good defensive setting in. Then you're looking at you'll be into the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game. Then crucial couple of minutes coming up now.
So Ben Daniels on the halfway line will get us underway again. Mid-range restart, swirls it towards this near side. Lockett is underneath it, runs it back towards the middle, takes them all on, the ball pops out. It wasn't perhaps the way that he was looking to offload, but Harry Coleman made the most of it, gets out to the 30-metre line. This is where he'll play it to Simmons, who turns the ball back in field, looking for Key. You just need Key to top the ball under his arm, as he does so often. It was a hard carry. 35 out from his own line. O'Donnell, another good carry from him. Quick play the ball. Simmons, we haven't really seen him run from dummy half, but that's a good surge to get inside the clock face half the field. Connick under pressure, gets the ball away to this right hand side to Lockett, who's all wrapped up. Last tackle signalled. This is where there needs to be that good kick that Eddie talked about. It's a chip over. Connick's tried to get on the end of it. It's going to be taken in by Clockface.
Strange decision, that one.
Should have been really pinned into the corner, shouldn't it? Coxhill it was who dropped on it. This is now Daniels trying to inspire his side. Ended up running across the 40-metre line, and I mean across field. Graham, big handoff coming in, goes again. Stopped just his side of the halfway line. So they trail by 10 points in this one to Clockface. McCartan. Ooh, that was a big collision and will result in a penalty. Perhaps in days gone by that wouldn't have been a penalty, but they can't have any complaints of that, unfortunately, can Pilks, really?
So they've the exact opposite of what we said they needed to do. They've done.
Yeah, invited Clock into their half. So what have they got? Just having a word.
And Graham had said something. Highcock.
What a kick.
Good kick into touch, that. That's a super kick. 15 out from the try line. Well, it was so nonchalant, that kick. It hardly looked like he put any sort of weight on it, and it's the best kick he's put in all day.
Where's Mr. Rigby? Short ball to Mr. Rigby. Drive things in.
But we'll tap it. He fancies a little run. Good charge as well, put down near the line.
He's not frightened of anything, is he, Burke? He'll just get in there. And I think we mentioned last time, Parker.
Oh, they're going to go in from dummy half.
Oh, no.
Has he scored?
No, he's not.
So close to being a score down that far side.
See again, I'm not so sure what Clockface are thinking there.
Acres of space on the left.
Full pitch here.
Yeah, and a full set.
And a full set. And Pilks are struggling to hold them from their own half, never mind on the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and bearing in mind, we said earlier on the success they've been having on this left-hand side.
Absolutely.
ends up being some valiant defence and forcing the error.
Yeah.
Maybe I was being a bit unfair. That's a fair point, that Parky. Yeah.
32 points to 22. Where's your thoughts? 3.5 minutes or thereabouts remaining, plus whatever our referee adds on.
Yeah, there's been a couple of stoppages, hasn't there?
There has been.
Yeah.
Big man carrying the ball, Harry Coleman, getting to the 20-metre line. Simmons finds Key.
He's had a good game, you know, hasn't he, Keezer? Yeah. Really has.
Mr. Consistency.
Yeah, he's running in, he's found the yards, and then, as we were saying, he's had that subtle little pass every now and then just to open things up.
And O'Donnell.
Yeah, just keep the defence lively, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just works it over the 40-metre line, does O'Donnell. Hop, skip and jump. The referee says you've pinched a couple of extra metres there, go back. And he plays it from exactly the same place. The referee says go back again. Keys. Solid hit up from him. Controlled and put down by Chadwick.
They need a better kick this time. The last one muffed really, didn't they?
Connick. Oh, sends it high. Oh, and it's knocked on by Conor McCartan. It is an absolute lottery on this end of these kicks.
Yeah,
it is with this wind.
Absolute lottery.
But you've got the wind, and like we've been saying, it then comes down and you don't know which way it's going to bounce. And people are shouting at the whatever device they're listening on, they're shouting, well, you don't know where it would bounce, whatever pitch it was on. It's head and feet to Pilks.
I feel like we've been doing the St Helens version of Patrick Swayze. She's like the wind. So Pilks looking to guide this one home. We've got the feed at the scrum. Referee will go in and just check that the two packs are setting down. Simmons moves it left. Connick throws a dummy.
Good step. Good step.
Surges on. Now, if you ever just want to complete a full set of 6, this is it, isn't it, for Pilks?
Yeah, nothing silly, just take it easy. Take your time.
Moving down the left-hand side. O'Connell stepping, coming back towards the middle, almost bursting through, still being spun down like a rag doll. 10 metres out from the line, quick play the ball. Simmons picks up Lockett. It's Hannon charges 5 metres out from the line. Oh, then lovely soft hands back to the big man Harry Coleman. Coleman on the cusp of the try line. Simmons put under pressure. There's going to be a penalty though. It was from the other side of the ruck, never onside. And they're going for goal. This will take the sting out of it.
Sensible.
Napper, first thing he did was just go, we'll have a go at that thing. So
takes another minute off, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're already on 39 minutes, and we're
what would you think? Maybe 4 or 5 minute stoppages and not as much as that? What would you?
Probably about 3 or 4 minutes, I would imagine.
We had a couple of injuries. We had Callum Derrick, but we had the big clash, the friendly fire clash.
Yeah.
I'll put a couple of minutes on it.
Yeah, got to say, clock. I mean, first half there was a lot of their own undoing, and surprisingly, Parker, when we spoke to Lee Cunningham on Tuesday, he was saying the first halves have always been bad, wasn't he? And the second half, and they've shown exactly the same thing today. Obviously, if they can put that right, they can. Not that they're out of anything, that they can hopefully move up a little bit more.
So Napper tags on the penalty. 34 points to 22, sorry.
Certainly been treated some points today, this crowd. Nice crowd, as we were saying before.
Yeah, it's more points than I can add up on my fingers, Steve.
It's been an enjoyable watch, hasn't it? Like the proverbial game of two halves.
Yeah. So Daniels, you surely got to go for a short restart here.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? A short restart when you've got a gale force wind at your back, though, might not be as easy as you
I was
think.
just going to say that if he was playing the other way, then yeah.
He's almost got it. He needs to scuff it along the floor, doesn't he?
Taban was offside. And although Taban does pick it up, he was like a bullet out.
We called it, didn't we? It was the right idea, but
he was like a bullet out of the gun, but he was offside.
But I would argue at every kick-off there's somebody offside.
yeah, it just
But
emphasises it on a short one, doesn't it?
And also he's done it right in front of the referee. so now, half the time it's the players on the opposite side of the referee who are the ones that are straying offside, because he knows that he's not got eyes in the back of his head, even though most rugby league fans would love a referee to have eyes in the back of their head.
The most rugby league fans, referees don't have eyes.
They'd still get it wrong.
Charge comes in from Harry Coleman at the start of this set, 40 metres away from the line. Pilks Rex looking to guide this one home. Solid hit up as you like from Ryan Lockett. Equally strong challenge heading his way though from Josh Morgan. Simmons finds Coleman. Coleman feels the brunt of the hit. 25 metres out from the line. Connick in midfield, drifting off left. Takes on Graham, who wrestles him down.
Had a superb game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Him and Kieran Napper, the two old boys.
Napper off to the left. Oh, nice feet. And they've worked it down that left-hand side. They're going in. That will be game, set and match to Pilkington Rex. The try coming in from Andy Napper. Really, really well worked. It was all the doing that of Ben O'Connell. He dragged the defence one way and then the other, slipped the pass out, and it ended up being George Hannon who fired the ball out for Andy Napper to score.
Yeah, beautiful move. A little bit more, I suppose, relaxed to a certain degree, in the sense that 2 points just gives you that little bit of breathing space, and they've put things together and gone over in that left-hand side.
The 2 points was game control as much as anything else, wasn't it? It was like Parky said, as soon as the penalty came and they went for the sticks, it's game control. Again, I'll say we obviously saw it at Crawford Street, and two very evenly matched sides. A totally different game. The one at Crawford Street had a bit of an edge to it, didn't it?
Yeah.
But both sides have just threw it about, opened up. Because after a bit of silly shenanigans in the first half, wasn't there? But second half's been a lovely watch.
Certainly has been an entertaining game, that's for sure. Pilks going out to a 38-22 lead with this kick to come from Napper. Kieran Napper looking for goal number 6. Used up his full minute. Can't blame him. In he steps. Sends it goalward. Not far enough, so the scoreline remains 38 points to 22.
So Parker, you've got to pick man of the match today.
I've got to pick the man of the match.
Yeah, it can't be me or Eddie, can he?
Why?
Well, because we're asking you to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't ask why.
Why? That's fair enough. Well, you know what? I know that Connick's had a great game with the boot, as you've said. He's controlled things, but for me, it's got to be one of these second rowers. I love the work that Ryan Lockett has done in particular, so I'm going for him as my player of the match.
That's a fair shout. That's a fair shout. Deserved.
I mean, it's been difficult from the clock side because there's a lot who have had a very good game. But as you said, the two halves have really controlled things. But Lockett, definitely. Been in everything, hasn't he?
Yeah, I never think second rows get as much credit as they deserve, because usually they're the forwards that take the most of the carries as well, aren't they? They end up with the ball in the hand a little bit more. Although Clock have had something to say about it with the way that they have certainly used their front row as well. So I want to give honourable mentions to Harry Coxill, Harrison Rugby, and Jack Graham for the work they've done. And then even off the bench, Ethan Chadwick's been tough too.
Gonna say final score from Tatterweath 20, Waterhead Warriors 18.
Close one, think.
Said it would be close.
Close one, think. I think that's about 4 or 5 wins on the trot now, isn't it? For Thatto.
They started getting these sneaky away wins, haven't they, as well?
Back on this one. Back in possession are Pilkington, Rex and Coleman. This will be the slowest play the ball on record, just outside his own 20-metre line. And Connick, all held, just controlling their way to the end of this game. Managing it. And Simmons finds the rushing of Hannon. Last tackle signalled here.
Got to say as well, Parky, I think the refs controlled things well. He's had a good game.
He has had a solid game as Napper kicks right through the line, finds the touch line as well. And we've had 7 minutes added on at the end of this second half, so there was a lot of stoppages.
I didn't think there was that many. I expected 5, but we're getting into Fergie time now, aren't we?
Barrow Island 22, Hensingham 16. Another final result.
Good Cumbrian derby.
Yeah.
Even though there's 50 miles between.
I was going to say there is quite some distance as Geraghty ducks down this left side. Feeds the ball out now to Brandon Lewis, who scored that spectacular try a little bit earlier to make it 28-22. Plays it in the halfway line. Coxhill. That's a super carry again. And then the final whistle blows from our match official. And it is a victory, this, for Pilkington Rex. So remember, in the first half, it was 28 points to 4 in favour of Pilks. They've had to withstand one heck of a comeback this second half from Clockface Miners, but ultimately doing the job. So to take you through the second half scores, Alex Burke showing some strength to get over after 45 minutes for Clockface Miners. The conversion was good from Highcott to make it 28-10. Geraghty then stepping his way through the line 6 minutes later. Jack Highcock again converting for 28 points to 16. We then really had a game on our hands when Brandon Lewis went in down this left hand side off that run from Daniels, and it was converted to make it 28-22. And then there was that real breakaway moment when the kick came in. There was the interplay and the ball ended up in the arms of Callum Derrick, who unfortunately left the field after scoring in the corner, but that really did stretch a little bit of daylight between the sides at 32 points to 22. It wasn't the whole tale of the tape though, because there was a penalty in the 79th minute converted by Kieran Napper, and then Andy Napper went over in the last couple of minutes to make it 38 points to 22. Another interesting afternoon.
Yeah, another great game between two great sides, Parker, and it's going to be interesting to see how things move on in the rest of the season with this division.
I was going to come to Adi for a last word.
Red, amber, black. They've had the number over us for a couple of years.
Yeah.
We saw at Crawford Street how this year the two teams are evenly matched, and I think we saw it again. I think the scoreline kind of reflects it, but Clockface Architecture their own downfall in the first half. But they're on a roll, Pilks, aren't they? They're turning it, and as a Pilks man, it's great to see. Great to see a lot of people here to follow. I mean, it's a cracking crowd that Clockface brought there. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it, and obviously you two guys, as ever, superb. Yeah,
great to have you alongside us for this one, Adi. Thank you ever so much for everything this afternoon.
Thank you very much, gents.
And Steve, we'll talk about it on Wednesday, won't we?
We certainly will, live on 13 Pro-Am Community Rugby League Show.
Every tackle, every try, every scrum. Green Cooling is proud to be part of the Community Rugby League family.